first thought of this man I saw in the library. I was sitting upstairs looking down at the bookshelves and had a bird's eye view of his bald head. He pulled out a comb and ran it through the hair he had left, a thin layer of white hairs that started halfway down his head and went round in a circle. He pulled out these thin, wispy hairs to a 90-degree angle, and it felt like ages until they fell down flat again. You know, like when you rub your head on a balloon and the hair sticks up. It was like that, all static and electric. Well, it was quite a sight. He looked so pleased with himself, like a smug Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. And I don't know, he just seemed so slick, in a funny sort of way. If only I could be so content with my grey hairs. Well, I should be. I've got a full set of hairs. I should proudly comb my silver mane in public and not inspect my patches of white self-pityingly in private. I've been looking for you my whole life. I've been looking for you my whole life. I have. I really, really have. Well, you see, for such a long time, I thought I was looking for someone else. I even thought that maybe my life was the same as their life, with the same experiences, the same fears, the same doubts, same pain. You know, like twin souls or something like that. Soulmates. But even more than that. Two entities resting the flummoxes of life. Until finally, just when the pain is reaching breaking point, we would meet and live as one big, wonderful experience. Seven more to say after that. You know, I had it dyed recently. I went to the hairdressers. I got a half-price deal on Groupon. Cut and color. £40. And you know what? She didn't even get them all the hairdresser. She said as she was drying my hair. There's a few wee bandits. She seemed genuinely annoyed, which I appreciated. A few wee bandits, she said again. And I could tell she was tempted to prod them. Well, you see, sometimes I forget I'm grown up. I thought she would think I was some sort of phenomenon with prematurely graying hair. Well, she didn't. She empathized. It was simple before, wasn't it? Before you had to die. Yes, it was, I said. And I was going to tell her all about it. About getting my first grey hair at 15. About my friends plucking them out for me. And getting my nickname, Grey Rasta. Only a woman came in and interrupted us. Sorry, she said to Yvonne, my hairdresser. I'm just here for the... On you go, Yvonne said. It's free. She started drawing the back of my hair again. Studying the woman in the mirror, half closing her eyes like a canny police inspector. Did you watch the Ghibli concert last night? She asked, back to normal it seemed. Should I lie, I thought. I always lie in these situations. No, I missed it. Well, I was not really lying. I had not seen it. But I never had any intention of watching it. I couldn't give 7 grey hairs about the Queen's Jubilee. So I say, as naturally as possible. Oh no, I missed it. Why? And she spoke about some singer I'd never heard of. I don't know, I just pretended I knew who the singer was. Did she say Shirley, Sharon Cole? Sharon Cole? Should I stop talking about Sharon Cole? I don't know. That would be alright, wouldn't it? No, it probably wasn't Sharon Cole. She was old hat, right? Oh, but I definitely heard something about Gary Barlow. Well, I knew who Gary Barlow was. Oh, should I lie again? Gary Barlow is good though, I said to her. Really? I've got very little feelings about Gary Barlow. Oh yes, Yvonne replied. He can sing. I was saved by the owner. She'd been running around the place on her mobile, settling something that seemed like a very private matter to be discussing in the middle of a hairdresser. Well, mind you, I would have liked to have heard the whole story. It involved solicitors and name changes and ex-husbands. I've bribed him to take my name, she said. Yvonne said nothing. She gave a look though, just a very little look that to me said, "You are a child." The owner twirled herself round in the seat. She had amazing eyes, I thought. They were huge, like an Arabian princess's. But they didn't match her outfit at all, like a grey matching velour tracksuit. Is that Kylie? She screeched, pointing at a massive flat-screen TV that blared pop videos. Yes, Yvonne replied. It's a new single. She is amazing, the owner said. She is an amazing woman. No, she's not, I wanted to say. Or is she? Or why? Well, I just kept quiet though. I just looked away, hoping they wouldn't ask me anything. What was going on in that back room though? Women kept coming in and saying sheepishly, "I'm just here for the..." "On you go," Yvonne would say, turning back on the hairdryer with a little shake of her head. Should I ask? "Do you have a sunbed out there?" Well, I knew it wasn't that, but in case you have not gathered already, I'm nothing but indirect. "It's a lipo machine," Yvonne said. I nodded in my fake, well, I know what a lipo machine is and I'm totally cool with that. But Yvonne saw right through it. "It's a machine for losing weight." All right. Oh. Well, I didn't want to say anything. What could I say? It was easy for a skinny person to be dismissive of these things, or incredulous, or self-righteous, and I was not any of these things. But for God's sake, a machine for losing weight? And I bet it cost the bloody earth. I was outraged again. Well, I was not outraged. It was just that these women had looked too guilty when they came in. Embarrassed, like they had done something wrong. Well, wasn't I the same about my hair? Wasn't I a bit sheepish? I'll have the half-head highlights and the roots for the greys. Like greys was a bad word? And don't talk to me about my mustachios. If only we could all be like that man in the library, preening our flawed and aging selves with pride. I've been looking for you my whole life. Recently, I started listening to songs in a new way. I hear the lyrics differently, especially love songs. Like, I know it may sound a bit funny, but do you know Elvis's song, "You Were Always on My Mind"? Well, I listen to that song, and I sing along, and I think of it like a love song to myself, from me to me. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't.
That isn't even a song.
I'm so sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. Well, it has a lot more impact then than trying to imagine it as someone who may have had those thoughts about you. You see, when I thought about it as coming from someone else, from someone whom I hoped still loved me, it felt okay, but a fake okay. Like, it felt sad. But it made me sad in a way where I felt sort of saintly, like someone who's been wronged. But the person doing the wronging did all the doing, so what was I doing? And why, if I was always on his mind, why was he not there? Because he wasn't. He was not there and I was not always on his mind. Me though, when I hear it from me, well, I'm not a saint. I'm not an angelic little doll. No. I'm the doer and the wronged. I'm the pain, the sorrow, the joy. I'm that feeling like I really love you. That's right. I love you. And I've been looking for you my whole life.